I've gotten a lot of pings and messages from the Reddit Discord where a lot of newer players might have found the channel, and I usually get some basic questions like, is the next banner any good, or where do I get these event items? So I wanted to start something new where I can review the latest news and patch notes so that newer players can get a better idea of what's going on, and for the regular players that can't read, this will be beneficial as well. So starting off, we have a new banner, Halloween Part 2. We have Halloween Slater and Halloween Deanne. They are both guaranteed. You can pick one at 600, so that's pretty standard. They have a rate up of 0.35%. Now, Halloween Gother is also on this banner, who has a rate up of 0.35% as well. So a lot of people are going to be chasing Gother dupes, I would say. And probably not summoning so much for the actual featured units. We're getting the Halloween units that we did not get with Matrona at a 0.25% rate, which is Elaine, Meliodas, and Gila. And the regular SSRs at a 0.2% rate are Demon Hendrickson, Sariel, Red Hawkslow, Nanashi, Blue Zeldris, and Red Estarossa. So we can take a look at their skills here really quickly. First up, we have Slater. He is PvP only, and by extension, Guild Wars only. At least that's where his passive is going to work. When the hero gets attacked, receives 80% less damage from critical hits, and gives a 2-turn increase attack by 10% to all allies. So that's pretty good. If he gets crit, everyone's getting an attack buff. A lot of people have been running him on the Bond team as an additional support, and it seems like he's been working out pretty well. Outside of that team, I haven't really seen too much use for him. Looks like his first skill does seal target enemy, seals off all skill effects, so I believe that's similar to Chandler's and Mt.2 Valenti's debuff. His second skill decreases attack-related stats of one enemy by 40% and seals all non-attack skills. And then his ultimate is the same as it is already, and then he has a combined attack with Simon. Deanne, her passive is enemies that use a skill will receive a 20% more damage for 3 turns. Okay, 20% increase in damage taken. Stacks up to 4 times, does not work in deathmatch. So that's actually pretty good. Seems like it stacks up to 80%. So that's kind of similar to having 8 ignites stacked on somebody. So that can be pretty good. She has a single target charge card as her first skill. Her second skill is a AoE attack seal. And then her ultimate is just a single target sever card. It does not look like she has a combined attack with Griamore, which the other giant Deannes do. Alright, so moving on, we have, looks like some free Tavern Furniture. Most of you guys probably already have a lot of Tavern Furniture already. If you're new, I would say the Deathmatch increase one is pretty good. The gold from Fort Solgris is pretty good, especially if you're gold farming. The rest of the stuff is pretty basic. It doesn't really do too much. Looks like they are sectioned off. You can get these in different locations. So we do have 3 new sort of events that we can earn the decorations from. And we go into the events here. We have the World Quest. So we're going to get some Halloween missions. And through the missions, if you do complete them all, you do get a free copy of Halloween Meliodas. And the missions also give you a multi on the banner. So that is nice. We do know that they've been giving out free multis for the next few banners, this one included. A lot of people have also been asking where Matrona's outfit is. So in the bingo event, I believe, is where we will get her witch hat and her gloves. Looks like the next event is Hawk's Halloween Dreamland Adventure. So this one we had probably about a month or 2 ago, where you feed Hawk, I think it was like candy, and he got stat increases. It was like an auto farmer. When you get to the very end of it, I think he farmed like relevant stuff like anvils, so that was cool. And then we dressed up the 3 demons to be spooky, so we'll probably have a video on clearing those and clearing the shop for that as well. Looks like during this event we also have 100% increased deathmatch rate, so that's good for popping demons. We get the Dreamland exchange shop, and then the exchange shop for the boss there, obviously. Bingo. Oh, and then they're continuing the Fort Solgriz reward dungeons. That's cool. Battle events, Hawk's Baby Book. If you do this, Awakening Stones. Awesome, great. We got new outfits. Whoa, trippy. New outfits for Deanne. Gother has a new outfit, and Margaret has a new outfit. Most people probably don't need the Margaret outfit, because she should, I think she's already 5 out of 5 everything with the chef outfit. Gother, however, does need that, so I would pick that up if you are PvPing with Gother. We got a rerun of a lot of the older Halloween outfits. But it does not look like any of these are for the demons, and they are at a discount. So I imagine they're all back for gems at 20 gems a piece. And it also is never the entire outfit. You have to buy everything separately. New bundles, great. So if you're wailing out, yep, great. Anvil bundle, 1,000 anvils. I think this is like 40 bucks. It's actually not that bad if you're into that. Guild Wars is back. So we have a push week starting on Halloween. Whoops. Push week starting on Halloween. I imagine tomorrow when the patch starts, they will announce who the boss is. If it's not changing, it's probably just going to keep being Akumu, and then if it does change, I imagine it would be Belgius, because I don't think we had a push for him since like the beginning of the year, I want to say. We have a new artifact set, Happy Halloween. Decreases allies' damage taken from enemies by 5%. Excludes PvP and deathmatch. Seems pretty mid, but it's free, so whatever. Changes to the Tavern Furniture sales. Okay, so this shouldn't matter because you shouldn't be buying Tavern Furniture anyways. I'm pretty sure they all cost gems, and they give these out for free. Like when all these events will come back, so we will get all this stuff for free eventually anyways. So I would ignore that. And we have stuff ending, some bundles ending. So that's it for the patch notes. Now, recently, I think yesterday actually, there was a new login event that started for the KR and JP servers. And a lot of people, most people, basically confirmed that this is the return of the King of Fighters collab. They're doing a live stream on, I think, Wednesday, since they have patch on Thursday, I believe, at least for like America. So I guess we'll get the final confirmation there, but just in case it is, and you guys have not summoned for KOF, or you aren't familiar with the units because you're new, we can talk about the units real quick. First up is Athena. Now, Athena, her kit isn't the best. The main thing that she was ever used for was her ultimate, or not her ultimate, her passive. Her passive stops suicide. So if people were running Fraudrin or Liz in PvP or Guild Wars, this basically stops that altogether. It depletes 2 orbs from the ultimate move gauge of all enemies at the end of the turn. The only trick is somebody has to die. So if you're able to kill one of them, you will reduce their orbs. And she does work in the back, so she's pretty good. She doesn't even have to be on the field. Her first skill doesn't really do anything until rank 3, and she cancels stances and stuns. And the stun's only 1 turn, so that's pretty bad. She detonates on skill 2, which is whatever, and then her ultimate, she cancels stances again on 1 enemy. So the rest of her kit's not that great, but her passive, really nice. She's also relevant in Brawl, because a lot of people do run Suicide in Brawl. So if you wanted to climb Brawl and you needed an answer to Suicide, she would be that. Now, the main highlight of KOF was Kyo. Kyo was very, very powerful. He's used in a lot of content even now. Main thing here is his passive. Beginning of every turn, 2 ignites are applied for 3 turns, reducing damage dealt to allies by 5%, and ignite should increase damage taken yet by 10%. So he doesn't do anything. These just happen. Every turn, just by him existing in the match, the enemies will be ignited. And then his first skill, Co-Destruction, does damage per debuff. So that's going to rack up fast, 2 per turn. He gets very... He outputs a lot of damage. Blaze on all enemies. So again, this is something that works based off of ignites. He's essentially what Monspeed should have been, but he does. He's just so much better. It's crazy. And then his ultimate single target applies 2 ignite effects for 3 turns on all enemies. So everybody gets hit with the ignite, but only one person actually gets hit with the damage. So he's pretty good. He's used in Guild Wars especially, but a lot of PvE content has had a Kyo used. Guild Boss is one. I think Crocshell actually that we just did. He needed ignites to be cleared efficiently, and Kyo is the guy for that. Next up is Mai. Mai is probably the worst unit in the collab. I don't think she was used literally anywhere. People messed around with her in PvP and Guild Wars, but she doesn't really do much. Her passive increases heroes' basic stats by 50% for 2 turns if their skills rank up. So she basically has to be run with Gother in order for her passive to work. Looks like her first skill has a ult rollback. It's kind of like Green Merlin. Nothing crazy there. Her second skill, Amplify on all enemies. So that's based off the amount of buffs you have. And then her ultimate inflicts damage with a single target and then increases the ranks of all the hero skills. So her ult has a built-in rank 2 Gother rank up. So that's pretty nice, but like I said, she's not really used anywhere. And then last up is Rugel. Now Rugel shined hard when Pierce was a thing. Pierce like fell off and then Rugel came out and then people started using Pierce again. But Pierce overall is pretty much dead. His passive is really strong, removes the hero's debuffs, fully heals his HP, and increases all stats by 15% when he survives with 50% or less HP. So if you did not kill him when he was above half, he is going to revive with an all stat increase. And then his first skill is Pierce Rate on all enemies, kind of like Blue Demon Meliodas. And then Hauser has a Pierce skill, so like that. He has attack related down debuff, single target, and then his ultimate also inflict charge on one enemy. So he's sort of irrelevant now. I think Guild Wars, even in Guild Wars, people are shying away from the Pierce team just because it's so easy to play around and it's just very predictable the way it works. And then it's not used in PvP. No one even has brawl teams that uses Pierce, but he's not a bad pickup. I imagine that they're all going to be selectable at 600, which is how it was last time KOF was out. I would probably prioritize Kyo. I don't imagine them also releasing anything new because I feel like at this point it would have already been data mined. But they could surprise us, you know, we'll find out all on the live stream Wednesday. But that sums up the notes, and that sums up the latest leak, or not really a leak, but that sums up the KOF collab that we potentially have going on. So if you guys like this, please let me know. If not, don't let me know. But I'll see you in the next one.